Use SOH to find the missing angle. First things first, you're being asked to find the missing angle, and I know if we have to use SOH, we're going to need a calculator. So make sure your calculator is set to degrees. So if you're using Desmos, you're going to hit the little wrench and set it to degrees. If you're using a graphing calculator, make sure you go to mode and set it to DEG and not RAD. All right, I'm being asked to find this question mark right there, and I'm going to call it X. I'm given a right triangle, and I'm given 20 and 13. Now, I have to compare 20 and 13 to X. 20, no matter what, is my hypotenuse. 13 is right next to X, which means 13 is going to be my adjacent side. No opposites here. So, just like if I were calling my friend, I'm going to use CAH, because CAH is slang for friend. CAH is cosine of your angle equals the adjacent side over your hypotenuse. So according to what I have, I'm going to write out cosine of the angle that I need to find, which I did call X, is going to equal the adjacent side, which is 13, over the hypotenuse, which is 20. If you're thinking, wow, you sure unnecessarily left a whole lot of space here, I did leave a whole lot of space, but not unnecessarily. My job is to find X, that missing angle. Cosine is in the way. The way you get rid of a trig function is you inverse trig both sides. So I'm going to inverse cosine that guy, and I'm going to inverse cosine that guy, which is definitely going to require that calculator I was talking about. The inverse cosine and the cosine cancel each other out. I run to a calculator, and I type out the inverse cosine to the -1 of 13 over 20, which I'm using Desmos. My Desmos says 49.4583, blah, 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 blah. If you get a really small number. Now, by the way, if I look at this, you're never supposed to look at a picture and say, yeah, that looks right. But it does look right. That does look like it's in the 40s as far as angles go. If you never set this to degrees and it was set to radians, it would give you a very, very, very small number, and you would know that you're wrong, set it to degrees. Now, I'm not done yet for two reasons. First off, I never used X in the original problem. I created X, so I don't need X. Second, this is an angle, so I have to put degrees, and I am going to round this to 2 decimal places. So my final answer is going to be 49.46 degrees. That's my guy. All right. So in this case, X, 20 and 13 were my hypotenuse and my adjacent, which is A and H. Use cosine, use inverse cosine, type it in your calculator or Desmos or whatever it is that you're using, and you're good to go.